everybody to the New York Comic Con. It's wonderful to see all you people here, all you fans and freaks and geeks and everybody else. I'm all three of them.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I was able to go to New York Comic Con last weekend, and I just want to share my experience as a first timer as well as share the haul that I got from the convention with you guys. My original plan was to drive to New York City, which I've actually done before. Last year I drove to New York from Dallas. That was the plan going in, but our schedules got messed up, so pretty much last minute, like a few weeks prior to leaving, we ended up buying plane tickets. And we decided to stay from Tuesday evening before the convention till Wednesday evening after the convention. It was my wife's first time visiting New York City, so we just wanted to experience a little bit more of New York than just the convention. One thing to note, if you fly, you're just limited on what you can bring back unless you check a bag, but that just starts to get expensive. And that was my worry, that I wasn't going to be able to have space to bring back some stuff. And you know me, I love me some stuff. Since we were staying about a week, I had to pack more clothes than I usually want to, but we were able to fit everything into 2 backpacks to use as personal items and only 1 carry-on bag. So this one was full of stuff on the way there and packed into this one. That way on the way back we had a whole extra bag to bring back stuff and fill it up all the way. It's still not ideal because you kind of have to pack it pretty safely to get your collectibles back home. The issue was on the way back, by the time we boarded, the overhead was full, so they had to check this in, which meant it slid down the ramp. I haven't opened it up yet, so we'll find out later if anything was damaged. I would recommend driving if you're up for it or if you're close enough. And if you do drive, try to stay in New Jersey, Brooklyn, or Queens because it's much better for parking. We ended up staying for our second half of the trip in the Best Western in North Bergen, New Jersey, which is actually really close. It's a 5-minute walk to the bus stop, and the bus ride to the Port Authority takes like 20 minutes. There's also Super 8 next door to it, which also has a parking lot, but it's not as nice. Arriving in New York City on Tuesday evening, we ended up staying in Flushing, Queens for a couple days before switching to New Jersey because it was so close to the airport. The room was tiny though, and it took a little bit longer to get to Midtown Manhattan. It takes about 50 minutes to an hour depending on where you're going, but it does drop you off right at the convention center on the 7 train. So I booked both hotels at basically the last minute, so I didn't really have too many options left. I actually was wanting to stay in Manhattan somewhere, but it was just astronomical by the time I was booking. I feel like if I had booked early enough, if I was patient enough and looked for places and did a lot of research, I would be able to find a place much closer and just as affordable. So I had tickets for Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. By the time I had booked, I wasn't able to get Saturday tickets. And I got the badges mailed to me, so I didn't actually have to wait in line much at all once I got to the convention center. On Thursday, they made us walk down 33rd Street towards the river and into the side and into the south entrance. So we basically went through the tunnels where all the food vendors were. On Friday and Sunday, we didn't actually have to do that. We were able to enter through 11th and 38th, which is like the north entrance. So that was actually pretty good. It was pretty smooth just walking in, scanning your badge. They didn't even check any of my bags going in. So I'll be honest, I felt like I missed a lot. By the time I arrived at some panels I wanted to see on Thursday and Friday afternoon, they were already full. So like the afternoon panels seemed to be filling up faster than the morning ones. Like when I got there, it was right on time and they were already queuing up for the next panel.
Yeah, so we're already queuing for like the next panel after DC, but it is slim. I again don't want to waste your time, but it's over capacity. We have all the chairs full and then standing room.
You can go in standing for 406 for DC?
No, I can't let any more standing in. It's like a fire pit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
DC panel is full.
Gotcha.
DC panel is full.
So I was able to catch part of the IDW event.
IDW Dark. It will be a new imprint coming next year.
The Walking Dead Dead City main event.
Negan is always still Negan. So as much as he may evolve, that guy that we met 8 years ago stepping out of a trailer, he's still in there.
And the Image Comics panel.
You can see she's like half mite, half ant, so that tells you that there's some bug fucking going on.
My wife got to see the distillery panel on Sunday. So the con was huge. I didn't even get to see Artist Alley until Friday. Like basically Thursday, I spent most of my time on the show floor just exploring. And I feel like you definitely need multiple days to be able to see everything. If I could make a recommendation, Thursday is the best day because it's the lightest day. So you'll be able to see a lot more of the show floor and Artist Alley if you go early enough. If you're not looking for any specific artist or panel, definitely try to go at least on Thursday. The show floor was on the 3rd floor. On the lower level was the Artist Alley and the main event queuing area. And they also had like a 4th and 5th level for panels. So needless to say, it was a super big convention. Much bigger in size than Fan Expo Dallas and Planet Comic Con. So there were tons of comics, and I definitely didn't dedicate enough time to hunt and dig than I have in the past. I don't know if it felt like I was just going to miss something at the convention, or if I didn't have the desire to look through too much stuff because I couldn't bring back much. There were a lot of great booths and vendors. A few that go to the other conventions, but most of the ones that were there I hadn't seen before. Being in New York City is something different. If you've never been to a big city, it's worth the experience. I'm from Chicago, and I've lived and visited tons of places, including New York City twice, and I'm still in awe. I enjoy it each time, and there's always more to see. I was able to visit Midtown Comics and look around a little bit, but I didn't get to go to many other comic book stores. There are tons of them in New York City between Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and everywhere else. If you have a chance to drive, this is a great time to be able to stock up on some stuff, toss them in the trunk of your car, and haul it back home. One thing I want to talk about, I don't know if any other people talking about the convention really talked about this, but if you're going, I'm assuming you're exploring New York City as well. Some bathroom tips for Midtown Manhattan, because you just can't go into any establishment and use the bathroom. Even fast food restaurants probably won't have a place for you to go. Port Authority, Grand Central Station, Rockefeller Center, Gotham West Market, Hudson Yards inside the mall, and my favorite, 550 Madison near the Trump Tower. It's well maintained and available at night. And there's a lot more, including if you're a little bit lower Manhattan, the South Highline entrance as well. Anyway, that's enough for me rambling. I want to go ahead and show you guys my haul and what I got, and open up this suitcase to make sure nothing got broken on the plane. Alright guys, so I just have my suitcase here on this chair because I wanted to just open it live with you guys and just have my honest reaction of how things are coming from the plane, which, like I said, was my biggest worry of having to carry stuff. Next time I'm definitely gonna drive just to keep things safe for sure. First thing I wanted to show you guys, this one's actually in the suitcase, put it in my backpack to keep it safe, but it looks like it got a little knurled up here, which stinks. But this is the Lumpia with a Vengeance Blu-ray that I got from, I think it was the City Needs You or Kid Heroes booth on the main show floor. It's a Filipino movie, and they're kind of creating a whole universe with some comics and music and stuff around this. So I think this is pretty cool. I'm starting to collect Blu-rays and 4K specifically, but that's one thing that I got at the convention. Wasn't really on my radar. Okay, so let's open this up. See how I packed it. Took out a few small things from the top already that weren't really related, but this is how I packed it. So I have the badges here, the Sunday ones, and the other ones are somewhere else, but those are the badges. So I just kind of had some clothes put all around to kind of cushion it as much as possible. What I regret not bringing is this store folio that I have. I had 2 of these, and they're kind of hard shell, so they keep your comics safe. I should have brought this on the trip, but I didn't. I will next time for sure. So basically I had a whole layer of clothes here, some layer here, and some clothes here because this suitcase that we have isn't exactly like flat inside. Not sure if you guys can see, but it has like the bars go down here, so it's not a flat surface, and it's not flat on these sides as well. So I used the clothes as strategically as possible to fill in the spaces as well as cushion it. Just gonna start taking stuff out and see how they are when they come out. And I'll talk about each thing kind of just randomly. Alright, this one's in pretty good shape. This one, not sure what this one is. My wife got this one. It's Beneath the Moon by Yoshi Yoshitani. I guess it just has some fairy tales and short stories and stuff in here from different cultures like Russian fairy tales, Korean legends. I think that's pretty cool. The artist or writer was there as well, so Yoshi signed this. Okay. This one, I don't know much about this one at all. My wife got this for me on Sunday as they were trying to get rid of stuff. But it's a sci-fi thing, so just kind of take a look at it. It says, if life were fair, ace pilot Jose Carrillas should have ended up as a desk jockey like his former friend Corin Timoni back on the lunar colony of New Destiny. Instead, he's the pilot of the Mosaic, a massive ship taking the Interstellar Union's first ever mission to outside our solar system. So that's actually a pretty cool premise. I'll be interested in reading this. One of my favorite series of all time is The Expanse. And I just love sci-fi stuff. Like not necessarily fantasy, but like sci-fi with a little bit more grounded. Less fantastical, but still pretty out there kind of stuff. So I forgot how much this was, but it was on Sunday, so I think it was on sale. Alright, so this actually is my tiny little haul from Midtown Comics. I went to the one in Grand Central and didn't really get anything, just kind of walked through a little bit. This one is from the one in Times Square. Got a couple things from the dollar bin. I didn't really see anything I was looking for, and I didn't really want to grab too much, didn't have enough time, but yeah, just a couple things, just a couple of these 1 million issues from DC, and this Drawing Blood by Kevin Eastman. I think I have the #1 that was published this year, so I'm not sure if this is an Ashcan version, but it was 99 cents. Alright. It's got this, I think, from the hotel. Okay, so I got this book here, The Mask of Halia. This one was kind of cool. It's something that I'm not really usually into. Something my wife probably would be more into, which is like the mythos of different cultures and stuff. And the first story arc is of the Philippines, so that's really why I got it. Basically, she sold me on it, but it's the hardcover of the first 5 issues. And what she told me, like in the second story arc after this one, they go to like a different culture's sort of mythos and legends and stuff. So yeah, just I think it was pretty cool. I think the art was really good as well. So definitely one thing I like about going to conventions and things like that is exploring new things. Like when going to a music festival, just finding out about new music. And that's what this was, I think. So, The Mask of Hylia. And they ended up giving me 2 of the other issues as well to continue the arc, which was 6 and 7. This one of my favorites, picking up at the convention, but I wish they had the hardcover. This is The Midnight Shadows. It's published by Dark Horse. It's based on the band The Midnight, which they do like synthwave music, and I totally love that music. I've been to their concert once, and they were gonna have one last month, but I wasn't able to make it. But I went to the concert last year, and it was amazing. It's kind of, the music has like kind of 80s vibes, and if I could describe it, synthwave, like the Midnight synthwave is like very like 80s mood music from a movie. Like that's kind of the way I can describe it. It's got kind of a pop synth sound, but it's also kind of got like rock and jazz elements. Really cool. Met Zach Kaplan, he signed it for me as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. The art is amazing, colors are amazing. Kind of looked like something that just goes with the music that you listen to as well. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested in any of that. Also got this, the Spectrograph number 2. This one was signed, I forgot who it was. The cover artist, Joshua Hickson. He was at the distillery booth. And also I think she got signed by Christian Ward as well. So 2 different signatures there. Because I have the first one, and I felt like it was really cool art premise on this. So that's Spectrograph number 2. Then some other random comics. Let me see. This one I actually brought with me. Didn't end up getting it signed, but that's okay. This is from the Lumpia stuff. Same thing with this. The City Needs You. This is from one of the vendors, I forgot which one. Paul's Comics. So this is from Zap. I think this was half off, but it's TMNT 103 cover A. This one I brought to get signed, but I ended up not getting it signed because I didn't want to pay $10. But there's that. Beavis and Butthead number 1 and 2. Felt like this was a good price. It was $10 for that. Also got Back to the Future. Now I'm not sure if this was that main series, but it's number 1. It looks like it's a Wizard World exclusive. It's listed for $12. It was actually $6, so I feel like that's a good deal. I haven't opened it yet to make sure, but I think this is of that main run, and I'm just trying to get all those Back to the Futures. So far so good. It looks like nothing got ruined yet. Also got Den of Geek and the show guide, which were free. Dive into the Deep Fried Universe. This goes with that Lumpia thing again. Another Pulse Comics thing. Actually a pretty cool card there. And I got this Superman Last Son of Krypton, the deluxe edition. And I actually have this in trade paperback, but I've been trying to get more hardcovers. And this was, I believe this was $10. So originally it's $50, but he had soft covers for $5 and hardcovers for $10. And this was actually, I think, on Thursday or Friday. I think he lowered the prices on Sunday, but I didn't know that until, then. And so I'm glad I picked this up, though. Alright, so in there I also got a shirt between these things too, because I didn't want them to slide around. This was from the IDW panel. They were just giving away the notebook, the lanyard, and the hat. So here's my tickets for Thursday and Friday. The lamp wick, which is from the 8 Billion Genies. I'm really upset I didn't bring my 8 Billion Genies hardcover. I would have loved to get that signed, but I did get something signed that I'll show you guys. Comics. I don't know what this is, but it's there. So all these, I think these were all $1. All these here were $1 from, I forget who the vendor was. I think it might have been Zapp's, but I'm not sure. But these are all $1, and I think it was like 12 for 10 on Sunday. So, and they were all pretty much in order. So I just ended up grabbing the ones that I didn't have. I just checked my list. Ashen 663. Action 668, Action 669, 670, 671. That's a pretty dope cover right there. 673. 675, 676. This cover is pretty awesome. Love that. Supergirl 10. Adventures of Superman 570. 603. Then it goes into the Superman, switched over, I think at 650, 684, That's a pretty cool cover. 687, 688, 689, 692, and I realized I double dipped on this one just now. 676 again for Action Comics. So basically what happened was I grabbed like just a handful of comics. I think it was like 17 or 18. He's like, yeah, just go ahead and grab 4 more and we'll do it even 20. And he was like, I'll hold these back here for you. And I was like, okay. So I didn't remember which ones I grabbed, so I just looked for a couple more that I didn't have, and I guess I picked this one up twice. 679, 680, 702, got the long hair on that one. 701, 680, Action Comics. 681 and 855. So those are all $1. It's like basically $20 there. That wasn't too bad. And then got some other stuff here. TMNT 84. I think this might have just been $4 or something, or $5 maybe. This one I didn't have. It's definitely just filling in a little bit. 61, the Eastman cover. Back to the Future 19. Back to the Future 8. Supergirl #1. This one was, I think it was 11. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Got a nice bag. So this one was definitely like a nice pickup. Junkyard Joe #2. I think this was like either $3 or something. I forgot. It was on sale, I believe. Action Comics 732. I think these were like $1 or something. Cause they had like a marker on the top of the bag. Justice Society #10. I thought that was a cool cover there. And these were half off, so I got TMNT 95. This was $5. And Wind #1 for $5. And then this one I ended up getting, it's I think the Ashcan version of The Lucky Devils, which is a new comic they announced at the Image Comics panel by Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. And this one was actually pretty cool. I'm excited for this one. I really enjoyed 8 Billion Genies, and what I found out is that the 3 series they have, 8 Billion Genies, Curse Words, and this one, they're set in somewhere where either Charles Soule or Ryan Brown are from or have lived. So this one is set in Chicago. So that was really interesting. I think Ryan Brown is from there, but when I went over to the booth to pick this up, he wasn't there. I only got Charles Soule's signature, and I forgot to go back to see Ryan Brown, but that's pretty cool. I'm gonna enjoy diving into this one. And then my wife got these books. She got 2, 3, and 4 from a booth on Sunday as they were kind of trying to close up shop and get everything moved. She got it buy 2 or buy 1 get 2 free. So she was pretty excited about that. I don't know what they're about, but she said they're like either teen or YA. And these were just 2, 3, and 4. So we ended up going to the Barnes & Noble on 5th Avenue to get the first one. So that's like the whole set right there. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for New York Comic Con 2024, and that's my little haul there from New York. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys noticed that my office has a couple changes here, I just rearranged some stuff and moved the bookshelves back there. For now, I'm planning to get a couple more cube shelves to fill that space and replace that poster with another poster or a TV. I'm not sure yet, but I'm kind of like organizing this space, and I have some space over here to put some stuff like another desk, and I just don't know what to do with all these boxes as well. I have tons of comic book boxes everywhere, so work in progress, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are interested in more comic book content, including conventions, hauls, new comic book days, anything comic book related, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.